Hello, welcome back. So let's have some fun. Now there was a quest before that you got from the radio tower to simply follow the glowing firing under the water, which will lead you over here, which will create a fast travel point to the Shark City. As you can see, it was pretty easy to see because it said fire underwater, but it looks like more like transmitter. And I did all of the other quests, and the quests are now... I cannot examine the object, I don't know what's wrong with that. Uncover the secret of the Black Prince and Reactor down. And after you did all of the dialogue stuff with Diogenes and so on, you have to go back to the city. Now, when you go into the city itself, you just have to go to the left. Oh. And there will be guns if you head another direction, so be careful. Game changes, wow, it's actually a very interesting looking game in the night. The story is also getting a little better because the guns are created by the reactor that is underwater, but it's also killing them.
Come on.
That's a nice gun over there. Can I take it?
Take the Black Prince.
That's reactor down. I have to go back to Diogenes. Cover the secret. Sure. But is Diogenes back at Diogenes, or is he back in the tower? Nah, he's at the twin, so be careful. Don't use the teleporter that will take you to Diogenes because he's not there. We need to wait one more minute. I guess we'll have to wait one more minute. I guess I can show what I changed about the boat. To be honest, the new equipment is not so good because it's much bigger, so improvised wind generators seem to be the best because they give you a lot of energy generation for a very small amount of occupied space, while the other generators are much bigger and they barely give enough cover, at least two of them. I just have to put more structures on my boat because that's the main issue I've been having with the game. We don't have enough defenses. Also, this thing never gets attacked. So I need to put another super structure over here in the back so we don't get destroyed. Now, the middle portion of the ship is more or less safe from attacks. This is the most vulnerable portion, and this one. Because if they take out my power generation, well, I'm almost destroyed anyway. Also put two of the big shields over here in the back, which should protect almost everything over here. But this is basically 100 items on the boat and I cannot put any more, and that's a bit annoying because right now I'm basically stuck like this. I'm not sure what to do. Because if I try to put more things, they're just bigger. The better things you can craft in your base will be bigger. I guess it's just farming. Get a bigger boat. I don't know.
Captain, is that you? Coming in.
Judging by the notes in the logbook, the Black Prince was the ship they tried to evacuate the major European museum's collection. Well, we can't rely on the archaeological hypotheses anymore. Anything we find on the seabed could simply have been part of the Black Prince's cargo. I also have a biological hypothesis. You're sure to find land, Captain. All my knowledge is always at your service.
Oh, so that was one of the major quests we just finished. Well, that's annoying. Because we finished the archaeological hypothesis, but to be honest, there's no way I can complete the geographical ones because I'm missing 3 rocks that I cannot find whatever I do. And as you can see, this is basically where I get stuck. We don't get any more experience from quests because we have no more quests. I guess level 22 is kind of like the max you can get from quests. Then you need another 5 levels to reach the tier 5 of the ships. Yeah, there are some people with tier 5 ships already, but I'm not sure I can do that. Too much grinding. Although leveling up your captain is super helpful. Like this one, hull durability will be a massive one. I guess I'll have to get the metal vessel expert. That's probably what most people are getting anyway. Well, unless they have a way to reset the character's skill points, that's going to be probably the best one. Other than that, as you can see, I only need a lot of resources in my ship, in my base. And these are just simple post office quests which will give you 100 quirks and nothing more. I guess you can complete them, but you don't get anything out of them, so you might as well just leave them as they are. Just make them whenever you can. I guess now it's a very good time for the dredging tutorial. So what is the dredging tutorial? Well, simply put, you have a lot of controls that I don't think a lot of people noticed. So you go to settings, controls, and you have a lot of stuff. Like the anchor, it was not really used until this point. And also the scanner. I'll have to work more on my map. I'll probably just put up a complete map when I uncover most of the stuff, and after I finish that stupid quest with the free rocks. I think right now you cannot find the last rock or something like that. I read about it. So I don't know, maybe someone finished the quest, but it's going to be very hard. So in order to be very efficient with your dredging, you need to basically uncover the map, because if you don't uncover the map, you don't see the spots. After you uncover the spots, you just have to go for the ones that are red. Okay? That means it's full, it has something in it. But there's another catch. Usually the dredge points gather more stuff as they are left alone. Okay, so let's go over there. Now when I plan my route, I'll just select whatever I can and look at what's near it. That's not going to work. There's going to be people over there. Even the small ones are very good. And you also want to look out for rocks as well. Now the idea is that the rocks will sometimes give you a barrel that will have a lot of fiber in them, which is great, or even medallions, but they seem to have nerfed to them as well. A few days ago, or well, let's just say at the release, you used to get medallions out of each barrel from the rocks, but now you only get medallions 1 out of 3 barrels or something like that. They still worth doing, but it's not as good as it used to be. Now to the small dredging spots, you usually get better loot, but not as useful, if that makes sense. The dredging spots is where you get the chemical waste and some of the other stuff. Chemical waste, weapon parts, and that's probably the more important ones, and reagents at some point. I think every rock, that's not a rock by the way, that's just, I don't know, sort of like a base where pontoon spawns. I guess this is one of the problems of the game. Sometimes you don't have enough points of interest on an area of the map. As you can see, this area of the map is basically empty. Not many rocks, not many dredge points. I guess that one was filled. Well. Let's go through the swarm of medallions. What is that? Well, that's a location where a lot of small boats appear, but they can drop the medallions. The only catch is that there is a big boat that is very annoying. That has artillery in it. And there will always be people farming these locations. I mean, these guys are very easy to destroy, that's why people are over here waiting. Let's see if we get some medallions out of them. This game has been kind of annoying lately because it's very buggy. Medallions, so I guess they nerfed this location as well. Well, not exactly nerfed. Only a few bolt types should give them medallions. That's basically everyone. Yeah, if that location is filled up, but this one is much more dangerous, so that's why no one is there, but you can also go there. And this one is much better, in my opinion, but they have a ship with Gatling guns, 2 Gatling guns on a single ship, and they have 2 ships, so that's 4 Gatling guns. That will shred you if you're not careful. And yeah, so the idea is to uncover as much as you can of the map, and then simply go to locations where there is a dredge, but since you already have the markers on, you might as well check out other areas of the map, like the medallion farm, kill a few enemies here and there. Now the trick is that in locations where the swarm or the armada will appear, is going to be a lot more resources. I think there are 4 or 5 nodes in that dredging location just because the armada will spawn super close, even immediately sometimes. Usually if you had rocks you also search the rocks and some other stuff, but no rocks over here. I think that's a shark or something. Your ship tilts like that. Might be even a whale. And it's damaged. I cannot believe it. Yeah, so there's basically nothing left to do because my base is producing weapon parts and it will produce enough weapon parts for me to make a tier 3 cannon, and that's it. In 4 hours. Also trying to build some other stuff, but it's so slow. The other option would be to board tier 5 boats, but there are not a lot of tier 5 spawns anyway, and the ones that are will just spawn gunships that are so strong that they'll destroy you in seconds. The thing is about this spot over here that it's so dangerous that even when you are dredging the ships might appear in front of you. At least there are not that many points today. So let's test out the theory. The further you are away, the better the loot. Totally expected. Oh, that does not work. Yeah, okay, so I guess we tested out this theory very good. Sure chase you for a while. I guess they got tired. Yep. So it doesn't really matter where the dredge point is, I guess it just gives random resources. Okay, so let's follow a safe route. As you can see, this basically means you have to play the game for about 30 or 40 hours to simply uncover the map and know the routes. Also know where the currents are and some of the other stuff. Yeah, I guess I like the difficulty and the challenge, but it seems like most of it is based around you grinding and knowing a lot of stuff, so the more meta knowledge you have, the better. If I was to restart the game right now, I think I would reach this level of progression 3 times faster, and I'm not joking. 3 times faster, because I would know what ships to unlock very fast, what to get, what to do. So what to do with my resources. So not try to go into the middle area of the game because usually there are a lot of people there and See, this is the reason why I changed my boat layout. Those things will destroy every electrical component on my boat with a little missile. Yeah. So let me see if I can find a location that has a stream, otherwise... Okay, let me explain this. So in case you want to dredge a location with a current on it, just drop the anchor. The anchor is actually on your boat. Okay. I assigned it to the mouse, because you'll use it a lot. Use it more than you think. Especially when your boat is kind of like this big and fast. Well, most of the time just drop the anchor instead of just messing around with all of the mechanics. Yeah, it's very hard to get the exact point over the dredge. So just drop the anchor. Nothing interesting over here. I guess I could uncover the rest of the map, but this is just the edge of the map, this sector over here, and I think they'll just be empty. Yeah, I guess the developers have a lot of balancing to do. But it's also a good way to gather more seaweed because you need a lot of fibers. and a lot of other things that we'll be getting for the game. Now, I'm not sure what the end game will be like, because currently there's no end game in the game. It's just very, very expensive to repair your ship after tier 3. And as you can see, you have to put a lot of superstructures on it. So if you put a lot of superstructures, then your ship will become crowded, and you need to have a bigger ship or less stuff on the ship. So probably 3 or 4 cannons that are higher tier will be enough. But I don't know, that feels like it will be a downsize. Because you usually have to have a few sailors that will repair the boat. But, yeah, I don't know, it's just much more efficient like the 7 cannons. Because if something will destroy me, there's not much I can do about it. So yeah, why not just go full aggressive mode? I'm also surprised about that quest. I thought the game had more quests than that, but I guess it was one of the major ones. And now I just have to play off camera and find the 3 rocks that I'm missing. I just have to go all over the spots that are not uncovered. Anyway, that will help me as well for the map video. Also not really possible to dredge with another ship, because as you can see you get attacked quite a lot. So even if you make another ship, I guess it will have to have cannons as well. What I missed? This is why you need the anchor. And that's 7 tier 2 cannons shooting at it, by the way. Look at that, see? This one has more spots, as it was not dredged as often. Anyway, that's my theory. It doesn't seem like it could correlate all the time. Oh man, what's with this loot? They could buff the loot a little bit from the dredge points, especially if it has more points in it. Oh wow, how much is this? So that's 4 points, okay. I guess that the theory checks out that you have more points in a dredge that is not dredged as much, so basically more resources if it's not drained as often. But at the same time, you don't get better loot the further away you are. I guess it's just more or less randomized, or it's per parts. This area of the map might just give you stupid stuff like that. But I think the southeast area of the map will give you more chemical stuff. Or it could just be random, but it doesn't seem to be random. Yeah, that's a lot of scrap iron. I guess the weapon parts are nice. I don't think there will be anything over here, but let's just check that out. Yeah, let's play a little more. Now yeah, basically the game from now on is just huge amounts of farming, and I'm not sure how to do it. This was a vigilante that have been flipped over. Because I guess you can just sit and destroy enemy ships, but even those ships, they seem to have their job reduced a little bit, so the best way to get new items for your boat is to just board enemy ships. And the only location where I can actually board stuff will be over here. I can board the tier 5 boats, but that's so dangerous as well. They'll just destroy all of my equipment, almost all of my equipment, and then I can board maybe 1 or 2. I guess this is why people are complaining the game is not for single player, because there's nothing you can do currently in the end game as a solo player. I mean, sure, you can go to one of those locations and just kill boats with the other players. You don't need to be in a party, but it's going to be tricky because you'll get a lot less loot. And you do have to have a very strong boat. And also a boat that is easy to repair so you can preserve your resources. This looks like a chemical location. The color of the thing is supposed to tell you what? I'm dead.
Captain, we'll sink soon. Hurry, enter emergency mode. Press spacebar.
Okay, that's an armada I didn't put on my map. So see, I have to put this on my map as well. I guess that's why no one was dredging from this one. It had mine and an armada. That's so annoying. I think you don't only have tier 4, not tier 5, so I'll just put that over there, sure. And now let's go back, let's go and get my loot back. This is what I do off camera most, it's just dredging and exploring the map and just dying a lot of times and then going back to restore my loot. Some people are just playing with the Anchovy trailer just because it has a lot of room and some other things, but I think it's slow and it's not that tanky, it's just that it's elevated in the front, so you don't need to put as many objects on it to defend yourself. There are a lot of quests over here. I miss the days when I had a machine gun or a few machine guns. This is just about rushing the cannons, rushing the crew, rushing the boat, getting to tier 4, and that's where the grinding starts. Anyway, a lot of people are saying that the grind is too hard, but I don't really see a lot of people that are tier 5 and a lot of people just have a lot of items on their boats and so on. I don't think the problem is how hard it is, the problem is how boring it is. Also, every time you change your boat a little bit, you just have to put the paint back on and some other stuff. As you can see, I can put the paint on some of the furniture as well. I guess I should just keep that paint on me, so we can look a little better. Okay, so before we go there, yeah, as you can see, those ships will just spawn when you're about to dredge, and that's kind of annoying because the risk is definitely not worth the reward. Also, the ships have kind of a few seconds delay before they spawn, so that means we're able to take our cargo and run. Oh no, that's the biggest fleet in the game, I think. That's tier 2, 3, 4 and 5, that's a bit clear. Yeah, but the gunboats are the ones that destroy you, the border gunboat. And they're not as heavily armed as some of the other ones I've seen. They are adequately armed. I guess this could be a good location to farm them. Oh, they are very well armed. I don't want to see what happens when I go out of the bounds. Yeah, let's try and board it. I don't think it will work. It's trying to protect its back so it's not in its back. Someone else was shooting at me, I got scared. I think I got the helmsman. Yeah, this is a good location to farm the tier 5. This is the last shooter, I cannot find it. Oh, there you are. But I destroyed you. Oh, good, I don't want a whole bridge. Oh, this is so annoying. I'm wasting so much time over here trying to board the tier 5. Oh, come on. Really. The cannons have another effect of pushing the boat away. Can be good or can be bad. Oh, you're seeing. Come on, game. Give me a bone over here. No, it's sunk, rats. I guess that's why I need the machine gun. But there. Guess I found my new farming location. You don't get a lot of other cool stuff. I guess I can try again. Shouldn't be too hard. So yeah, let's mark the stuff. Also nighttime. Yeah, looks like it's actually a very good location because it's close to a base. And I guess you can only make it so that only the tier 5 boats attack you. Okay, let's try that again. So annoyed that the last one. I guess we can place some of the stuff that we have with the plastic. Yeah, let's try that again. We are so close. These boats don't have a lot of stuff on them, but I don't know why that last gunner was so determined to resist me. I guess you can also just turn around. Go backwards like this. Yeah, but that's hard to do. We'll just do it normally. As you can see, that's why I have such a huge power battery. Because I know if I get chased, I'll run away very fast. They might drop medallions now that I think about it. Yeah, this is a very good place to board the tier 5 boats. The only one that I can find, and as we still try to run away, maybe. Oh no, that's so. Might be dead over here. Yeah, that's another one. That's not the one that I damaged. Oh, this guy is having a lot of spells for whatever reason. Oh. Okay, let's try to disable the helmsman first then. Very close to the safe area, but I don't want to do anything. No, it's trying to run away back. As you can see, they destroyed most of my power generating stuff. Still didn't get the shooter. Surgical precision. Got the helmsman, but according to this Rambo design, Reactor is very well protected.
Stop, Captain. It's the witch's
Yeah,
boil.
I guess this ship is very
We
hard
don't
to
stop.
board just because of all of the stuff
Burn
being
through
so...
half the hull.
Oh, stop already. It might be harder to stop the ship than it seems. I guess this type of boat is very hard to destroy or
boil
to
is
board
gone.
just because it
So we
has
can
every
move
shooter
on.
protected and most of the times will destroy the
I
boat
recommend
itself.
that you check the state of the hull.
Oh, I guess this is a good location to do it. And that fleet, dredging and attacking armadas. Huh, nice location over here. I guess I can destroy it almost alone, but these boats are much more armored. So there's a lot of differences. So the tier 5 from here will be much better armed, but they'll be much easier to disable if you can kind of drag them over here, sit over here, see? But these guys will be much easier to tank, but at the same time they'll be much harder to board just because of the way they are designed. I don't know, but seems like this is a much better location. See you next time, bye bye.